video is to show you how to do stage 2 of the project, where you add a 16th note drum groove and then write a bass line to it. So you click on the assignment. You make sure you have done stage 1, which was doing all your chords. If you haven't, click on this link to go back and finish that. Then come back here. In stage 2, you're going to choose a couple of different 16th note grooves, one for your A section, one for your B section, and then you're going to write a bass line to that. The file with the grooves is right here. You click on that, it downloads, you open it up. You can listen to them in various ways. You can use the playback window right there, and it will just play them from the beginning. But what I recommend is actually that you close that down and just hit escape. So you go to this tool and simply click on one and play, do spacebar and click, and it will play, and just listen to each one individually. So it'll play this one. And then when you get to want to stop it, you just click to stop, and then you say, okay, let me try this one. Now if you don't click, it'll just keep playing throughout the whole file, so you have to click to stop it. Spacebar, click to start it, click to stop it. So this way you can go around and sample just whatever. You can go back if you like this, so click wherever you want to be, and listen to them all and maybe take notes of which ones particularly appeal to you. And then once you've made a decision, then you simply open up your project file, which won't have anything in it at this point. It won't have any drums in it at this point. So I'll just get rid of those drums. And it won't have any bass in it yet. And then you choose what you like. So say the one you like is this one. It's 2-bar pattern, so you can click on both measures. And then Command-C, copy, go over to the other file, put it in there, and then you can just copy it from there throughout the file. That would be my A section groove. Then I go back and I choose a different contrasting groove for my B section. Now some of them have little bits of words attached, so if the words get copied over, you can just erase them. Like I'm going to copy this one over and to my B section. Where did it go? Yeah, already. So I'm going to my B section. Here's my B section. It already had something in there. I'm going to erase that. And I'm putting this in. And it had some words, so I just can click on that and get rid of that. And then once I've gotten rid of any words that were attached, I can just click and copy and paste for the rest of the file. I can just copy in the rest of my drums. So now I've reached halfway through stage 2. I've got my grooves, and I've got my drum groove rather, but I don't have a bass groove yet. So then the final thing is of this stage 2 is to write a bass line. And we've talked about some strategies for that. One of them is to do the exact same rhythm as the kick, and then maybe edit it after that and perhaps add a few extra notes at the end of a phrase or something like that. But that's a sort of foolproof method. So you would start, since this is an E chord, I would start on E, and I would do 16th note and an 8th note, dotted 8th note. Because I'm just emulating the kick drum right here. I do dotted 8th note and hit R for rest, 16th note, oops, and then a dotted 8th, which I do by doing an 8th, hit a dot, then hit R for rest, and then another 16th note, and then the last thing is a quarter note rest, which I can do as a quarter note and hit R. So now I've got a basic idea. Oops. Okay, and you probably don't have a melody yet at this point, so you can ignore the melody for now. But you have this. Okay, and then you go along and you write you get sort of a basic idea of your bass line, and then once you've got the basic idea, then you can have some fun with it and maybe put in, for example, at the end of a phrase, a few extra bass notes leading into the next measure. This I would take and move to here, but make it be an A because the chord is an A chord. And then you can also consider using other notes because we often use fifths in bass lines and thirds. So I could go down, for example, to the fifth of the chord here. That would be cool. And that would also make a really good approach to an A. I could go down and do a G, which is a third of the chord, and that would give me a nice approach to this A. So now I have this. Okay, so this is the kind of thing you can do. But even if you're not sure how to write note variations, just get all your roots in with the rhythms that you want, and then we'll talk about how to make it more interesting with different note choices after you've gotten that far. So then by next class, what you want to have is you want to have your drum grooves in, and you want to have a bass line, at least a very basic kind of bass line with the right rhythms in, written, and just on all the roots. And then we'll talk about how to make it more interesting. Now over here, if you're doing stepwise bass, your bass notes are going to have to reflect that. So we'll talk about that. If you haven't done that by next class, we'll do that during the class. Bring your computer to every class. Okay, that's it.